We appreciate you for joining us. And again, this is the Entertainer of the Year for the 52nd NAACP Image Awards, D Nice. We're going to get started with our questions. First up, we're going to hear from WBLS.
It's my New York station.
Yes. Oh, it looks like my camera is off. Can someone turn it on for me, please? It looks like the host has my camera off. Okay. All right. We'll just go right into it. Hey, D Nice, congratulations.
Thank you, Marie.
I want you to take us back to the day that you decided to do Club Quarantine. What was the process like for you? What was the thought process like?
The process was me being at home alone. I was quarantined alone. My family, were in Michigan and New York, and my daughter was away at school. And just being home alone, just sitting there, just feeling a bit sad, a bit depressed because I realized what was happening. My gigs were being canceled, wasn't with my friends and family, and I just woke up that morning and opened my laptop up and just wanted to feel connected to people and just wanted to play. It wasn't even about DJing. It was just me wanting to play music and share stories with people, and it turned into what it did within like a week. Man, it's still kind of insane.
It's amazing. Thank you so much for all the laughter and joy and the music that you brought to our homes to uplift our spirits. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marie. Next, we're going to hear from WGN. WGN.
Yep, I'm coming. Trying to record.
Okay, I was about to do
put it on the television.
Twice.
I think that's why we're all here, so that the TV part starts. Dee, what was your, Entertainer of the Year is a broad award, and it means a lot of different things each year when it's awarded. What does it mean to you? Because you really did entertain the world. I mean, it's the truest sense of Entertainer of the Year. And a follow-up question, who do you have for verses on Easter Sunday?
Winning Entertainer of the Year, what does it mean to me? Honestly, like when I started doing this and I received an email, or I'm sorry, a DM from a doctor, and she had sent me all of these messages over and over and over again, and I had never read them. And when I finally read them, all she wanted me to do was to shout out a patient. So when I finally responded to her, this was like within the first 2 weeks, when I finally responded to her, and she told me that the patient listened to me every single night that I was on, and then she passed away, unfortunately. That was a hard thing for me, and I just knew that for as long as we were going to be quarantined, or as much as I could do it, I wanted to just be a source of inspiration to people, to even if it just allows someone to just take their minds off of whatever they were dealing with for 30 minutes just to be in a chat. It was important to me. So this is truly one of the highest honors that I've ever been presented, and it means the most because I know what it really meant to people. And who do I have in verses? I'm friends with a couple of the members from Earth, Wind, and Fire, but man, I am an Isley Brother fan. Like, Ron Isley can do no wrong in terms of making music, so I think I'm gonna have to. I mean, it's a celebration of the culture anyway, but if we're going to the kind of like the original battle sense of like verses, I'm going with the Isleys.
Thank you. Can we look forward to a set that night?
Oh, absolutely.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Going for the Isleys. Okay. All right, next up, we're going to hear from Black Tree TV.
All right. How you doing, D Nice?
What's up, man? How are you?
Man, pretty good, man. First, I want to thank you for all the stuff that you've done and added to the culture with this verses. There's a thousand questions I would want to ask you about, royalties and how this could get artists paid. But what I want to really ask you is, what does this say about resilience, that in the midst of the pandemic, when everybody was dealing with negativity, that you found some way to make something positive out of it for yourself. Just looking forward with any other obstacles you have, like what did it mean that you turned the pandemic into something not just prosperous, but something real positive and influential for history?
Well, I'll say this. A lot of what happened with me early on wasn't just about me, because without the audience and without the audience truly wanting to be there with me, none of it's possible. But what I did learn was that what happened with me, and this is just in my mind, it probably couldn't have happened for anyone else in that moment. It was 35 years of being there for people, constantly being there, constantly giving 100%. Why so many people came on that big night, the Michelle Obamas aren't popping in just because they heard of some DJ D Nice having a party. Like, no, I've done so many events with them, and the same thing with Oprah and with all of these people, like throughout the years, and also with the fans. So to me, it's all about just being authentically who you are, man, and it goes a long way. And like I said, man, it's gonna forever be something that lives deep within me. Like, always give 100%, and I hope people find inspiration in that.
And one quick follow up: if there was one posthumous versus you could do, I mean, we got so many artists that's past, Prince and Michael Jackson and everybody else. Like, who would you want to match up posthumously in a versus?
Well, with Swiss and Tim's verses, who would I love to see? Like Michael Jackson and Prince. Those are like two of my favorite artists, man. So that would be awesome.
Thank you for everything, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, Black Tree. And last question, we will hear from a Chicago Defender. And report, just for the sake of time and to give everybody a fair shot, please limit yourselves to one question per winner, please and thank you. Chicago Defender.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Gotcha. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Danielle?
Good. DJs often talk about the importance of knowing how to read a room when they're playing live or playing for festivals and concerts. How do you do that virtually?
That's a great question, because it was difficult initially. But what I learned is that this was the first time in my career that I actually felt that people were coming to something that I was doing because they wanted to hear what I had to play, as opposed to, like, when you're a DJ and you're playing a club, you tend to lean, in the direction of like how people are dancing or but it's always like, I call them like cheap party tricks. It's like, it's easy to play like This Is How We Do It or Poison, like, because those records automatically get people dancing, or Before I Let Go. I've been fortunate enough throughout this journey to just be able to play what I love, and people have gravitated towards it. So my way of kind of like seeing where, or gauging if people are into it, is obviously based on the amount of people in the room, but also the comments, and also hearts flying. Like, when I see hearts on the side, like constantly going, to me, someone sitting on a phone constantly pressing it, like, yo, that means that they really love what I'm playing, and I feed off of that.
Right. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Chicago Defender. And D Nice, thank you so much for joining us. It's all the time we have today. Again, congratulations, man, and we wish you much more success and continue to bring us the vibes.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you, bro. You take care of yourself.
You too.
All right, bye.